Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Tuesday, September 8th. This is the charts of the day. Today we're going to start out with the definite winner of the day, and that was Opexa Therapeutics, OPXA, which jumped 267%. We got a nice entry on the gap up of 264. I indicated by the first pullback, got back down to 222, and then rocketed for the rest of the day, believe it or not, to just near 7 at 693 before closing back at 562, up 409 in a day, at one point up over 300% in one session. The volume was 56.8 million shares, by far the heaviest in history. Take a look what occurred. In early August, we saw this breakaway gap here and big volume surge, one day bump similar to today, and then we settled down and went sideways in a coil on very low volume for about 2 or 3 weeks. Today, it gapped up and exploded. And on the intraday chart, which I find most telling, here's what it looked like. The big gap up, the early pullback, run up and flag, run up and flag, run up and flag. We had a nice 5-wave move that saw it move from 220 to about 394 inside of the first hour. After that, an hour-long flag, and then it started to move again. As you can see, it stair-stepped up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, flagged again, and then exploded in a 3-wave advance off of that and reached 693 before pulling back and reconsolidating and retesting over the last couple hours. But certainly a very impressive performance. And with that kind of a performance, if you take a look at the long-term chart, you'll see that it broke out above the early August high, the August-September highs of last year, and even took out the January 08 highs. And this is now at the highest level it's been since for about 2 years now. So extremely strong volume action, price action, and we'll have to continue to monitor that as we go. Another stock that had an interesting day today was SVA, which opened at 9.5, went to 10.33 before backing off, but still up 61 cents today on increasing volume. Definitely with the unbalanced volume at new highs, we need to keep an eye on this one for potential breakout of this mini flag and explosion into the low to mid-teens potentially. AMD had a big day today. That's Advanced Micro Devices. Even though it's a heavily capped stock, I want you to see the action on it. Checking out the long-term declining top line, which has taken 3.5 years to break out. We finally got that breakout about a week and a half ago, consolidated for 4 or 5 days, and then today exploded not only 66 cents or 15% on 73 million shares, which is the heaviest volume all year, but it took out the May-June highs and closed just beneath the high for the day, going away. A very strong performance. We can expect prices maybe to get up towards that 6.5 area, my short-term trading target. The solar energy stocks had a big day today, and one of my favorites has always been Canadian Solar. Look at the really neat 4-week down channel here that was broken today, and also took out the 21 to 40-day moving averages and closed near the mid-August snapback high. This is an area of resistance. If we can get through here, we can see a retest of the $200 level. Beyond that, forecasting the top of the channel somewhere in the high 20s. Stock could be a real runner, along with several stocks in that group that had good days today. I wanted to point out that LDK, by the way, has got the highest short interest of any of those, and that had a pretty darn good session today. Moving on is Mankind. I thought today's action breaking out of a 3-month coil on heavy volume here was significant, and if it takes out this 9.25-35 zone from early June, we could see a stock that runs into the 10-11 range, maybe even as high as 12 short term. So certainly want to keep an eye on. Beautiful chart. Let's step back a little bit, take a look at the long base that it formed prior to this run up here in February, March, April, before that coil formed. Terrific technical action. MDZ, MDS Incorporated, a healthcare services firm, had formed a nice base, broke out last week, settled in for a couple of days, and today started surging again, up 38 cents, up 440,000, right up against the spike high. If it gets through here, we can see this thing start to accelerate and maybe make a move towards that 10.5, 11 range. And lastly is OCLS, which It bounced off the bottom, repeatedly has bounced off the bottom of its trend line and channel bottom. Take a look at today's action. Got to 306, which is right near the resistance level I've drawn across here. Backed off, but if it comes on again tomorrow and takes out 305, 3010 zone, we could maybe look for this thing to surge up towards that $4 level, and then maybe even 4.5, 3/4, as high as 5. It wouldn't surprise me either. That's it for today. Some interesting things to keep an eye on. Hello again, everybody. It's